Hello and welcome back to the Yoga Life channel. I'm Henrike Schreer, and today I'm going to share with you why your beliefs are so important, whether they are empowering or not empowering you, and if they are not, how to change them for good. First of all, let's have a look at what is a belief. A belief is not a fact, it's an idea that we have decided to buy into, that we have certainty about. For example, I know I am a mother. That's a fact. I have a son, so I am a mother. But I am a good mother. That's a belief that I might not be holding, and depending on whether I believe I'm a good mother or I'm not, I might be taking certain actions, avoid certain conflicts and situations, etc., etc. So the beliefs I'm holding are creating certain ramifications that might serve or not serve me, and that might empower or disempower me. Imagine, for example, if I believe fundamentally I'm smart, I will probably put my hand up in class if I'm learning something, or I might put myself forward and be willing to stick out my head and assert my opinions, versus if I believe I'm not really good enough, I will probably hold in, be careful what I do or don't say, and will be tripped up about whether people perceive me as smart or stupid and what I should and shouldn't be saying. So often people think that their beliefs are right, or that somebody else's beliefs are wrong. The truth is, beliefs aren't really right or wrong. The only measure that you can really apply is your belief, or are your belief systems serving the outcome that you want to create? Are they serving you? And if not, and if they are holding you back and forcing you to play a smaller game than what you are capable of, then it might be time to look at them in more depth and change them if necessary. The brain, and how this works, this is what I want to assert first. The brain has certain filters. You can't in your life focus on everything at once. If you had to consciously focus on your digestion, your eating, the temperature outside, the light, the content you're talking about, what everybody else thinks and feels, your brain would go into overdrive and probably explode at some point. But you have certain filters in your mind that all the information that comes towards you has to pass through before meaning is being created and choices are being made. And your belief systems are one of the most important filters that you have. So depending on what it is you believe, you are going to create the reality around you. For example, when I was pregnant with my son 17 years ago, I was suddenly starting to notice all the other women that were pregnant. I was suddenly starting to notice healthier eating, etc. And it wasn't because suddenly healthy food was a thing and it hadn't been before, because suddenly everybody was pregnant. It was because my focus was on it, and that's how it became more important to me. Belief systems in that way work like a tabletop. It's like if I believe something, for example, I am smart, I will find evidence in my environment that are supporting that belief. I will notice how people are telling me they think I'm smart. I will notice how if I voice an opinion, people are agreeing with me, etc., etc. And so the more evidence I find in life that I'm right, the more stronger the belief will be, and eventually might become a conviction, which is a very strongly held belief. That also applies to all the negative beliefs we are holding about ourselves, and they might not be serving us. So if you are finding that you are not getting the results that you want in life, and life isn't quite as good as it could be, it might be time to look at the beliefs that you're holding in this particular area in your life, and then look at whether they are serving you or not. So let's have a look of how to do that, and what is a good step-by-step process to let go of old beliefs and replace them with beliefs that are serving you better. Number one is pick an area of your life where the results that you are getting aren't quite as good. For example, if you are really doing well in your business or in your work, you are also really doing well in the health department or in finances, but your relationships aren't really working out that well. For example, your romantic relationships, that would be one area to pick. And then the next step is to list all the beliefs that you hold in that particular area of your life. Let's look at one that a lot of people who've been dating unsuccessfully for a long time might be holding. It's like all the good guys or all the good ladies are taken. Or all men ever want is like a quick hookup. They don't want to commit. I've heard that quite often from people. Men really don't want to commit. So that's a belief. It might be right, it might be wrong. There's definitely guys out there who want to. There's others who don't. But if you are holding the belief system, fundamentally, guys never want to commit, you are definitely going to show up in a specific way in your dating environment that presupposes already that this is what's happening. And you're probably not going to be quite as open and quite as trusting and supportive as you could be if you are holding a different belief. So list all those different beliefs. And then look at the list and go through it again and find what positives you are getting from holding each of those beliefs. So for example, if I'm out there thinking all the good guys are taken, or all men don't want to commit, what am I getting out of this? I'm keeping myself safe, I'm keeping my heart safe, and I'm preventing myself from being disappointed by the umpteenth guy who is pretty much proving that belief for me to be right. So safety is my gain that I'm having from this. Now on the flip side, go through the beliefs again and ask yourself, where are you going to be in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years time, maybe on the last day of your life, if you keep holding on to that belief and if you are choosing to live fundamentally by that truth and make this your absolute truth. So if I was to believe that all the good guys are taken and I will never find the right man, I might give up dating altogether, or I might be kind of rather standoffish with new people because I don't trust that they will ever really become a part of my life. So this might lead in the long run, if I believe it and we hold the idea that our beliefs are creating our reality, it will lead down the track to me being alone and staying alone. So not necessarily something that I want. Then make a decision. Do you want to keep that belief? Is it giving you enough of a positive to hold on to it? Or do you want to replace it with something different? Make a firm decision and have clarity about what it is that you want instead. Next, find a belief that holds just as true to you, but that is resourceful and is supporting you in what it is that you want to create. For example, you could make up a different belief that says, all I need to find is one person who is right for me, who wants to commit. All the other people don't matter. It's not something completely opposed, like you don't have to come up with the idea of all men want to commit, because first of all, that's probably rubbish. And secondly, if you've held the other belief for such a long time, it would also be a strong mismatch to what rings true for you. But just having to find one person who is a good match for you and who will want to commit, that might be a much more credible and much more supportive belief for you to hold. Then, once you have decided on your beliefs, go out and find reference points. Like I was saying before, a belief is like a table top with lots of different legs that we are over time putting underneath, supporting our beliefs. So now start finding those table legs, reference points in your life where this point has been true. For example, other friends of yours who have found the one person and commitment has happened. Truth is, especially in relationships, there's a lot of people who are in committed relationships, so it's absolutely possible. It's just not everyone and always who wants to have that level of commitment. And then, and this is really important, you need to start taking new action. You can hold all the beliefs you want in your mind and have all the most beautiful ideas in your mind. As long as they don't translate into distinctive new actions, it doesn't actually really mean anything. So you can take notes of what are actions that a person would take who holds this belief. What, for example, actions would a person take who believes fundamentally that somewhere out there is the one person who is right for me, and I'm going to find them, and I'm going to not commit to anyone until I find the person who's right for me and who's willing to fully be committed to me. So they would probably go out dating, they would probably go on and being open to meeting the right person, maybe tell their friends that they're looking for someone. And they would probably, once they are on a date, assert that this is what they are looking for, rather than going along with whatever is being proposed by the other person. So that's important. Take new action. And for some people it can be simple, like even sticking up a few new affirmations on your bathroom mirror to remind yourself daily of what it is that you want to bring into your life and the beliefs that you want to hold. And lastly, something that I personally do and recommend is journal and self-observe. Because one thing is to make a change in your mind, the other thing is to also see how it translates into your reality, what new evidence you are finding for the new belief to be true, and how it's supporting you along the way. So the more self-aware you can become by taking just a few notes every day, the more you become aware of how the process does or doesn't work for you, because you might have to go back and rewrite your new beliefs and work on them more until they really serve your ideal outcome and the life that you want to live. Henry Ford said something incredibly smart. He said, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you'll be right. Meaning that whatever is your belief, you are going to bring into life. In order for this to happen, remember, your past doesn't equal your future. No matter how many elements of proof you have in your life of things not having worked out, of things not having come true, of things not developing in the way that you were hoping, it doesn't mean that your future is going to be the same unless you keep the same beliefs and you don't even try. If you think you can't, you're not going to even make any effort, so hence then your future is definitely going to equal your past. But if you are holding strong beliefs and you're taking actions and staying committed, you have the best possible chance to create what it is that you want. The other thing is, remember that adversity leads to growth. If you have experienced challenges and things have gone wrong for you in the past, it means that through that you also have become a different person. And I'm not talking about being sad, bitter, or angry. I'm talking about being more experienced and being able to discern, for example, different people's behavior, to discern what is good and not good for you. And you can learn to trust yourself that whatever mistakes you might have made in the past, you don't have to make again in the future. So this is a little process of how to evaluate and, if necessary, change your beliefs. Keep looking at the comment section below and drop us a comment if you like about where this has applied in your own life and how you have been able to change strong fundamental beliefs into something different that was serving you better. And if you like our content, as always, follow us if you like here on YouTube and ring the bell button if you want to get updates on our next piece of content when it comes out. Thank you very much for sticking around and have a beautiful day. See you soon.